welcome back to my channel and another mom life cleaning motivation video. I'm showing you guys one of the most embarrassing areas of my house. I let this get like this all of the time. This is my master bathroom and I always wait way too long to clean it. It's always covered in hair. It's disgusting. I hate even going in here, but this room is actually one of the big reasons I wanted to start the Fly Lady system. I've mentioned that to you guys in my last couple of videos, but she has where you kind of do what she calls a swish and swipe, and that's like just cleaning up little areas while you're in them, and one of them is a bathroom swish and swipe that she recommends you do. So I'm hoping that as I start to implement her systems, I'll get better at this because it's disgusting, I'll admit it. But yeah, like I said, this is another mom life cleaning video, and I call my videos mom life cleaning videos whenever I'm doing like just random tasks that need to get done and they don't necessarily always go together, or I have my kids running in and out of the video, or like today, a little bit of both. So in today's video, my procrastination tasks that I was going to go ahead and tackle were this bathroom and all of the floors in my house, which as you guys will see in a moment, really needed to be cleaned, and it felt so good to finally get them taken care of.
I'm sure messed up, not once or twice, but every time you thought that we did alright. But I thought it through, and I'm missing you, and I promise I'm better now. Wouldn't hold it against you if you say that you don't want to get close to me, close to what we used to be. But I just feel like dancing. Are you feeling it too? Oh, baby. Won't you love me? Won't you love me? Won't you love me? Love me like yesterday. Don't you feel it? How it feels, babe. Won't you love me? Think over kind of new way. Over kind of new. Tell me you're feeling it too, babe. And love me like yesterday. Over kind of new. Tell me you're feeling it too.
All right, so I went to the Dollar Tree and got me some of these Brillo Basics gloves. And I got them in yellow because I have pink ones for the kitchen. So I'm gonna just use my Jaws bathroom cleaner for the toilet again. I hate cleaning the toilet. I'm hoping that these gloves will make me feel a little bit
Are you
better
feeling
about
the
it.
groove? Oh, baby. Won't you love me? Won't you love me? Won't you love me? Love me like yesterday. Don't you feel it? How it feels, babe. Won't you love me? Think over kind of new way. Over kind of new. Tell me you're feeling it too, babe. And love me like yesterday. Oh, but kinda new. Tell me you're feeling it too. And love me like yesterday. Love me like yesterday.
My floors have really needed a good cleaning, and I'm super excited because this company called Doker, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, Doker, sent me this steam mop to try out. So I'm kind of just showing you guys first what came with it. Came with, of course, the instruction booklet and a little thing to register your device, and in here there are instructions on to like being careful about what you are using this on. So for wood floors and floors that have any kind of wax on them, they want you to actually make certain that you are testing a little small inconspicuous area just to make sure, because it can dull the shine floors with wax on them. And then of course there are other like warnings and information in here, of how to properly use this so you don't injure yourself or anything like that. And I just want to show you guys, it does come with 2 of the little cleaning pads, a carpet slider. It also comes with, of course, the actual body of the machine, a handle, and a water cup for filling it up. So just going to show you guys those parts. Now it comes with the carpet slider put on because this is made where you can steam carpet, and that little plastic piece that I just took off there allows it to glide seamlessly so that it is not getting stuck. Because if you try to use a steam cleaner on the floor, I feel like that's self-explanatory, but if you try to use it, it's just going to stick. So just showing you guys how I put it together. The little bottom piece snaps into the body of it, and I had a hard time showing that on camera, but you guys can see right there that little piece just snaps right in. And then the handle snaps in as well. It has one of these little buttons that you got to press down and it snaps in. And beyond that, you just have your power switch here. And then on the front, you have this little switch that allows you to set the steam levels. And you do have 3 steam levels. So depending on what type of floor that you're using is going to depend on what steam level you want to use. The little water reservoir here, you just squeeze the sides and it comes right out. And then the little hole in the bottom has a little rubber seal there. And that is where you put the water in. So I did first of all start by filling up my water cup and pouring the water into the little reservoir. And 1 full container of this water only filled this up halfway, fill up this entire reservoir and go longer before you have to fill it up again. And also the little container here fits right into a little raised part and you can hear it click. And once that happens, you are ready to go. I love how this whole thing looks. It's so small and lightweight, and I do love this minty green color. It's one of my favorite colors for little home appliances and devices, and I feel like it's pretty popular right now. I do also love on the handle, something you wouldn't think of. There's a little notch in the handle, and it allows it to kind of hook onto my chair here, and also you guys will see it's kind of hooked onto like my baseboard, and it keeps it from falling over. That's something that I deal with a lot, where I will lean like my mop. I did that a ton with one of my other mops, and I would lean it on the side and it would just fall over, and I actually ended up damaging one of my old mops that way. So I love this little thing that maybe most people wouldn't think of or even notice, but it actually was pretty helpful. This bathroom was actually the room that I was the most excited about trying this steam mop out in because of, steam and germs. It's always good to clean with steam when you have germ situations like you do in a bathroom, but also just curious to see how it would work with all the dust buildup that I get in the corners of these rooms. Now, it is really hard to clean around this toilet. It did help that this thing was has a swivel head that makes it easy to navigate, and it's small, but it was still difficult to clean in this area just because the space is so small and kind of awkward. So I did have to come back with a rag, and I decided to go ahead and use a little bit of the Jaws bathroom cleaner. I've showed you guys in a previous video how I like all the Jaws cleaners. I'll link that video above if you guys are interested in that. I had mentioned that I don't really like the way that the bathroom cleaner sprays out. It just has like a stream instead of, you can't get like a nice spray, and I'm really particular about that. The thing that has changed since I made that review is that I don't really care for the smell of the bathroom cleaner when it mixes with the smell of like urine and stuff like that, for lack of a better way to say it. It's gross, but it is what it is. When it mixes with that smell in the bathroom, I don't really care for it too much. So I probably will be going back to my Mrs. Meyer's or looking for a different bathroom cleaner. I'm still loving all of the other Jaws products, but the bathroom cleaner is not quite doing it for me anymore. I was also curious how much more dirt I was going to get up after steam mopping. I just let it dry for a moment. It didn't really need much time. It was pretty dry, even though I had it on the highest setting, but I just gave it a minute to make sure it wasn't wet, and I went back and swept it up again. As you guys can see, I had a nice little pile of dirt there. So I was done in here and decided to go ahead and move on and try it on the carpet. Now, I used the little carpet slider, the little white piece you guys see around here. You guys may know I already have like a carpet cleaner, but I wanted to see if this would get this furniture mark out, and I also wanted to see if the carpet would be dry after, and it did. It really worked for removing this dent from this piece of furniture, and it also actually was dry. It wasn't damp or anything like that. So I'll definitely be using that whenever I just want to freshen up the carpet. I threw my gloves in the wash, and I'm just going to pull them out before they go in the dryer. I'm curious if you guys could tell me, how do you clean your rubber gloves? I tried that and it seemed to work fine. I don't know if it'll make them like die sooner or crack sooner, but they seemed fine when they came out. I'm curious how you guys clean your rubber gloves other than soap and water in the sink. Do you throw them in the wash? Is that a thing? It didn't say on the package. I don't think that's a thing, but I'm kind of curious how other people clean their rubber gloves.
Nobody told me to settle down. Day nights and late nights don't get around. But there's something about you I like. About you I like. You're crazy for saying I should slow down.
to show you guys really quickly how the steamer works. You just use the switch on the side, and then it's gonna blink until it is completely ready to go with steam, which usually takes 15 to 30 seconds. According to the directions, it seemed faster than that. Then it'll be a solid light like this when it's ready to go. So I used the highest setting, which is that top one, for every room in my house except the kitchen. When I switched to the wood, I did the lowest setting, and that seemed to work pretty good because I didn't want as much water on my wood, and I wanted to be careful not to damage my wood. So the little white button on the front is how you select that. Now the steamer, of course, is hot, so you do want to be careful when you're using it, and you will see my girls both wanted to try it out, so definitely be careful. This is obviously not something you would leave children unsupervised with. I just wanted to make that disclaimer because you guys will see my 2 and 4-year-olds using this steamer, but I was supervising them very carefully. They just had to try it out.
Go, 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 go!
As you can see, my 4-year-old had no problem with it. It's very lightweight. My 2-year-old struggled just a little bit more, but they both just had the best time trying it out. You could see there was lots of laughs.
You knew I would die for you. One of us gotta say the obvious. Nobody loves me better, yeah. I get too drunk and too scared and lie to you. If only you knew I would die for you. One of us gotta say the obvious. Nobody loves me better. Nobody loves me better. I get so caught up in the middle, thinking of drowning in those blue eyes. I'm losing sight 'cause I am falling. I'm so deep down, and it's not a lie that I die. I can't hide what this is. Yeah, I keep drowning in those blue eyes, and you can tell me all of your lies. I will put out all of the fire.
So I did have some wax I had spilled on the floor right here. You guys will see, looks like little beads of something, and the steamer did get that right up. I tested it out just to see, and I wanted to show you guys what the steamer does when it's out of water. I wasn't sure for a second what it was doing. It's just blinking between the 3 settings, and I realized, oh, it's out of water. So just a heads up on that. I didn't read the manual very thoroughly, so maybe it tells you that in there, but yeah, I filled it up with water, turned it back on. Of course, I turned it off before I removed the water reservoir, and it was ready to go. As you see, the solid light right here, and that wax came right up.
Carry all that you've got. 2 heavy hearts is not a lie. I will put out all of the fire. We stumble and fall, and it's not a lie that I die. I can't hide what this is. Yeah, I keep drowning in those blue eyes, and you can tell me all of your lies. I will put out all of the fire if it gets too dark. I'll be your light. Be your light. I'll be your light. If it gets too dark, I'll be your light. Be your light. I'll be your light. If it gets too Times when I'm thinking about us before we got lost and we parted. Back to back we would carry on. And
after I steam mopped in here, I wanted to see how much more dirt would be loosened up, so I swept again, and this is the pile of dirt I ended up with after having swept and mopped and then swept a second time.
we'll try tonight. This time we're not safe and sound. Not safe and sound. What if I'm no good for you? What if you're no good for me? Yeah. What if I'm no good for you? What if you're no good for me? Yeah.
My sweet little helpers wanted something else to help with, so I let them put really Lexa was doing it. Kinsey was just running around with food. But I let Lexa help sort out all of the utensils into the utensil drawer while I finished loading up the dishwasher, and she was really happy to do this because she was ready for me to take a break and go and play a game with her.
Come on and drive. Everything's the same. We'll try tonight. This time we're not safe and sound. Not safe and sound. What if I'm no good for you? What if you're no good for me? Yeah. What if I'm no good for you? What if you're no good for me? Yeah. What if I'm no good for you? What if you're no good for me? Yeah. What if I'm no good for you? What if you're no good for me? Yeah. What if I'm no good for you? What if you're no good for me? Yeah. What if I'm no good for you? What if you're no good for me? Yeah. What if I'm no good for you? What if you're no good for me? Yeah. What if I'm no good for you? What if you're no good for me? Yeah. What if I'm no good for you?
So under my table, I had this milky film, and at first I could not for the life of me think of what this was. I'm going to show you guys a close-up in a moment, but then I remembered my girls had been playing with their little dinosaur digging kit they had gotten for Christmas, and what it is just like these dinosaur eggs, and when you get them wet, you can break through them to find the skeleton, but they turn into basically like mud, and they are a huge mess. This is a toy that should be used outside, but because it's in the teens here and 20s right now in Michigan, we were letting them play with it inside, and that was a little bit of a mistake. I definitely will put something down if I let them play with this again in the house. It made a huge mess, but I wanted to try the steam mop on it, and it actually worked really good. It got it right up. I also had some more of that wax spilled right here on the wood floor, and so I was trying to be careful and use gentle steam on the wood floor so I didn't damage anything. So I had to go over it quite a few times with the gentle steam, and I used my foot to put a little more pressure on it, but the wax did come up off the floor in here as well, and that was much easier than the other methods I've used in the past to get up spilled wax.
You told me more than once to show you my intention. My brain gets blocked at times, but now somehow I'll give you my attention. You've got to know that
Guys, so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed the mom life cleaning motivation and that you got a little bit out of today's video watching me scrub my floors and seeing how nasty they were. And if you guys are interested in purchasing one of these, I will put the link down below. It's actually very affordable, especially right now. They have it on 40% off. This was not a sponsored video, but they did send me the mop to use for free, and I was just going to make a little mention of it in the beginning, but then when I realized how bad all of my floors were, I decided to turn it into an entire video about this mop. And this really did seem to work just as well as some of the steam mops I have borrowed from other people that cost more than 4 times the amount that this one does. So if you guys are in the market for an affordable steam mop, definitely check that link out. And thank you again for watching. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Bye.
tonight, never to be said.